Hi, welcome to the Craft channel. My name's Corinne Brad and today I want to show you how to make some of these great woodland companions with this felt kit, details of which you can see in the description below. So we've got some great brightly coloured felts here, and with these felts you can make all sorts of little lavender bags to hang up in your wardrobe, brooches, just Christmas decorations, this little deer here. All the templates are available to download, and as I say, you can find out in the description below. But I just want to give you a couple of quick tips to cutting out felt pieces so you can do felt applique things like this with ease. To start off with, if you've got your template that you've downloaded, you want to section it into bird and wing and chest piece and second wing piece, all on pieces of card. If you use card, it makes it much easier to draw around onto your bit of felt. And then I've found the best way to do this is if you get a 2B pencil. Normal pencils that you use are HB, which is hard black. 2B is too black. And what it means is you can get a much heavier line without too much pressure, because if you try and do it with an ordinary pencil, you'll end up sort of tearing into the felt. But take your pattern piece, flip it upside down so that your pencil marks are on the reverse, and just sketch around with this soft 2B pencil, like so. And the other thing is you don't need to pin it in place. If you hold it, it's much better, because when you pin felt, you tend to then get that sort of bulge in it. It's much nicer to work on a flat surface. And then grab yourself a pair of decent dressmaking scissors and simply cut around the piece on the black line. And because you've drawn on the back of your piece of felt, it doesn't matter if you don't cut exactly to the black line. I wouldn't recommend using a felt tip pen, because you'll find that the ink doesn't dry particularly quickly, and then you'll end up getting smudgy bits of ink on the front of your work and it will spoil the design. If you've got dressmaker's chalk pencil or something like that, that will work equally well, but I find a dark colour on a light coloured felt is much easier to see, especially if you're working at night under artificial light. So there's your main body piece, and then you would do the same, for example, with the chest piece. Check it against the fit of the body, flip it over, draw it out onto pink, just like so. Cut it out. And then again, rather than pinning it, which will make your felt go wavy, I've found that, especially with felt, because it doesn't really bleed through very much, you can lightly hold that piece in place with a glue stick. I've cut that out really badly. There you go. And if you find, as I have, that you've cut it out quite badly, what you can do once it's glued in place is just trim it up so they all line up. So you do it with all the pattern pieces, and then glue them together to make your bird shape like this. And then if you're no good at sewing, you could leave it like that. If you're just going to have it as perhaps a Christmas tree decoration or a little fun tag for a present, then you don't need to sew it. But what I would suggest is, if it's going to be something like a lavender bag or a brooch, you'd be best helping it with a few stitches. And there's thread included in the pack, or you can use your own coloured embroidery thread. Use a needle, a sharp needle with a large eye, because it makes threading so much more easy. Simply tie a knot in the end, and then you can fix your pieces together with a simple running stitch. And again, to get a nice even finish and nice even stitches, just don't try and work 2 running stitches at once. You know, if you were sewing an ordinary piece of cotton, you would probably put your needle in and back out again. But with felt, because it's that much thicker, it is much better to almost stab stitch it, because you can get your spacing much more even and it's a much neater effect. So that's just a couple of little tips for working with felt. Once you've sewn it all together and you can add some embroidery, you will end up with a beautiful bird like this. Or as I say, we've got hares, we've got little fox necklaces. So have a look at the kit, have a look and see where you can get hold of it, and you can download the templates and have fun. We'll see you next time. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.